Alex Pereira next fight after UFC 300. Who is Poatan fighting after Jamahal Hill? Alex Pereira is all set to defend his light heavyweight title at UFC 300. The Brazilian will face the former champion, Jamahal Hill, in a thrilling contest. Pereira won the title after his challenger vacated it because of an Achilles tendon injury. Now, the former champion has the chance to reclaim his title. While the fight has already gathered a lot of attention, Pereira is desperate for even more. In his recent interviews, he showed his interest in featuring at UFC 301 as well. However, experts believe it all depends on his results at UFC 300. But whom can he face at UFC 301? Let us take a look at some of his probable opponents. UFC 300 is undoubtedly one of the most iconic events of the year 2024. However, the entertainment doesn't quite end there. What follows immediately is UFC 301, which is going to take place in Brazil. The fight card is already loaded with some of the best fighters in the promotion. As the card is taking place in Brazil, Poatan showed his willingness to feature in it. However, his presence depends on his performance against Jamahal Hill at UFC 300. Many believe that a win against Hill would guarantee him a spot at UFC 301. If Alex Pereira features at UFC 301, whom is he likely going to face? Pereira has moved to the light heavyweight division. As a result, his rematch against Israel Adesanya might just be out of the equation. The pair has had some of the most fearsome battles in the past. However, now seems that the rivalry has finally ended. Another light heavyweight giant, Jiri Prochazka, is also featured at the UFC 300 event. A win for Prochazka might just push his case for a title shot at UFC 301. During the UFC 295 press conference, Alex Pereira sized up current interim heavyweight champion Tom Aspinall. Reports suggested that the Brazilian wants to move to the heavyweight division next. It will be interesting to see whether the battle happens at UFC 301 or not. Pereira will have to come out on top against Hill to feature at the UFC 301 next. Before the much-awaited fight, the pair entered into a heated exchange. Those who watch Pereira know that he doesn't speak any English during any of his appearances on camera. The champion is known for conquering matches and hearts with just one word, Kema. Yet, for his next opponent, Hill, he had more than one word to say. During the UFC 300 press conference, Sweet Dreams carried a stone face emoji attached to a chain. The structure depicted the head of Poatan. The Brazilian took notice of the entire act and was upset. He had some stern words of advice for the challenger and said, "I'll make him remember this moment when I'm in my walkout about to go to the octagon and my music is playing." He further added, "I'll make him remember this moment." Pereira is not known for his aggressive outbursts. However, this time around, it seems that the champion means business. Hill, on the other hand, seemed absolutely unfazed by the threats and responded in his own fashion. "And I'm on your ass." With UFC 300 just a few hours away, it will be interesting to see who actually backs his talks. Do you think Alex Pereira will defeat Jamahal Hill at the UFC 300?